everybody, welcome to Advanced Comfort Technologies video on stall setup and design. In this video we'll talk about stall basics as it relates to sizing and setup of the different aspects of the stall so that you can provide the best comfort for your cows. Helping us in this video, I'd like to welcome Tom Lorenzen. Tom's been in the dairy industry for a number of years, consulting on all different aspects of dairying, and he's going to lead us through the rest of this discussion.
When I go to the dairies, one of the very first things I do, besides taking my clipboard to help measure the stalls, I take my camera. And one of the very first things I do, I walk into the Freestyle barn by myself, I stop, I look and listen to the cows. I say cows don't lie. What I mean by that is, I can be working in the parlor doing a parlor audit, and I'll be watching these cows come in to be milked, and I can see whether it's good, bad, or ugly when it comes to Freestyle design. When I see swollen hocks, or I see skinned knees, or I see inside injuries, or I see lumps on their shoulders, they're telling me something's wrong here, right? That's why I say cows don't lie. I look at Dr. Neil Anderson. I call him the godfather of cow comfort. His statement was this: the success of the stall is measured in inches, not in feet. Cows know geometry. Cows position themselves to get every valuable inch of the stall. More milk is made, more blood is pumped through the udder when the cow is laying down versus standing up. There's two very important parts of the Freestyle. The brisket locator is to position the cow so when she goes in there, positions her to the point that she lays down. The other important part of the Freestyle is the neck rail. The neck rail's purpose is to, when the cow stands up, to tuck her shoulders so she backs up a couple inches to defecate in the alley. This particular dairy Lizette, they use the neck rail and pull it all the way back to help keep the cows from getting too far forward. They did not have a brisket locator. So what happens by having the neck rail too far back and too low, the cows do not want to get in there. It hurts them to get into the stall, so they stand with 2 feet in the alley and 2 feet on the platform. This 2 feet in the alley is called perching. Another very important part of the stall is the width, length, and the height. What I measure is what the cow feels. Cows know geometry. Cows position themselves to get every valuable inch of the stall. If the stall is correctly designed and correctly the measurements, so they have plenty of room and length, width, and everything, the manure should be in the alley directly behind the cow, never off to the side. More milk is made, more blood is pumped through the udder when the cow is laying down versus standing up. So when we talk about cow comfort, it's very important when you're designing the stalls, design them for the 2020. I'm going to dairies where I see the stalls are being built for the 2002 when Neil Anderson talked about 17-foot stalls curved, 10-foot sidewalls, 50 inches wide at the top, 50 inches neck rails. What do I see when I get to these dairies? They're being built back earlier. We have a lot bigger cows today than we did back 20 years ago. Take care of the cows and they'll take care of you. If we're going to be remodeling our barn or building a new barn, we should be building the barn for a bigger cow. When I talk about the stalls, we talk about the width of the stalls. We measure what the cow feels, inside to inside. That stall width of these big Holsteins should be 50 inches. We talk about the neck rail height, curve. The neck rail height from here is going to be at 50 inches. We talk about the neck rail to the curb should be at 68 to 70 inches. The brisket locator to the curb should be at 72 for these big cows. Stall length for the outside wall should be at 10 foot to allow plenty of room, ample room for the lunge space of the cow. Too often we build these barns, especially the outside walls, where we put a lot of barriers up there to protect the outside walls, is because the stall length is not what it should be. Stalls curb to curb, we should be talking stalls that are 17 foot. When I come into the barn, I want to see all the cows that I need laying down straight in the stalls. I don't want to see the rear ends hanging over the curb if the stall length and width is correct. We've taken away the cow comfort and we've taken away milk production and longevity by not measuring the stall and making sure we have success in inches, not in feet. Let's talk a little bit about the alleys when we talk about the alleys in these freestyle barns. The type of, if it's be a concrete alley, the room is to take care of so that there's less slippage and everything like that. But let's just say we have some alleys that we see that are having rubber mats on. And I've been to dairies, even not about rubber mats, I see cows laying in alleys. Why are they laying in the alley versus in the stall? It goes back to stalls. Take care of the stalls, make sure the stalls are designed correctly, length, width, etc. Cows should be laying down in the stalls. Let's talk about the space what we see right in front of us. It's called the crossover for the cows that are drinking water. We're talking of making sure when we're building barns that we allow enough ample width of that crossover for the cows to be able to drink, and the cows can go around behind her and eat or lay down. That should be a minimum of 12 feet from the edge of the water to the wall. So the cows that are standing there drinking will allow the cows to go back around them to eat and lay down. This is called a light meter, and it's a wind speed indicator. This is a really important tool, especially in the summer months. When I measure the airflow through the barn, we want to see if 2 to 3 mile an hour speed or more for the cows. And when I measure, I'm not measuring up here. I'm measuring what the cow feels. That's the important part of this thing. Lighting is important. We've got so many looms of lights important for cows to feel good, especially the milking area. We want so many hours of good lighting. And lighting is important. So these are all important. Temperature, relative humidity, this is all in this tool here. It's an excellent tool to use when I'm out there measuring and taking care of the cows and looking what's happening in my freestall barn. What I use when I'm out at the dairy, especially in the summertime and everything, is a temperature probe. I'm out there taking the temperature of the cows. When I see a cow panting and that, I get her body temperature. Is it raised up higher? Is our airflow affecting us? Is the ceiling, if it's insulated or not insulated, has a huge difference in temperature coming back down on the cows. So this is a very unique tool to use, especially when you're out looking at cow culture.